You can't talk about American tennis without the name John Isner. Isner has been ranked top 20 in the ATP World Rankings for over 10 years, a staggering accomplishment for those that have been following his tennis career since his early days. As the top American, his recent rankings place him as high as number 8 in the world. Isner was not born into a tennis family. In fact, he didn't start playing until he was 9 years old and played his first tournament in the 10 and under. He did improve up the rankings and was a nationally ranked junior player. He entered University of Georgia as a freshman in 2004 and started playing the dual season at the number 3 position and ended up ending at number 2. That season he ended with a 16-4 dual match record and NCAA doubles tournament championship. It was clear that his serve would be a weapon for him, and he kept improving. Fast forward to his senior year, he was an NCAA star with wins over future ATP players including Kevin Anderson, Samdev Devarman, Jesse Levine, and Jesse Witten. In the finals of the 2007 NCAA Singles Championship, Devarman, a future top 60 player himself, defeated Isner 7-6 in the third set to take the NCAA crown. Notice how in this clip of the NCAA Singles Championship third set tiebreaker, Devarman takes Isner's serve early and inside the court. University of Kentucky tennis coach Dennis Emery remembers, "The best players in college figured out to take it early. It was the key." I asked 2 of my best friends that had played Isner in college what they thought about competing against him at the time and returning his serve. Former number 1 University of Kentucky player Alex Hume told me, "I always took it early because in college he came forward, and I had to take his time away. Also, his kick serve hit so high up that if you let it, there was no chance to take a swing." As the number 1 player in college tennis at the time, UK Wildcat Jesse Witten remembers, "I tried to take the ball early against everyone. It was really hard against John, but that's what we had to do to win." After reaching the finals of the NCAA Singles Tournament in May 2007, Isner turned pro. He received a wild card into the familiar confines of SEC rival Kentucky's Lexington ATP Challenger. Isner had played only 1 tournament as a pro player, and the prospect of being in the main draw at this ATP Challenger was a huge deal. The number 1 seed was ranked 133 in the world, Bobby Reynolds. Isner hit the hard court swinging, with 3 of his 5 matches going into a third set. In fact, the hard-serving Isner won 6 tiebreakers en route to this impressive title. On the heels of the Sunday afternoon Lexington victory, Isner learned that a pro player was withdrawing from DC's ATP event the next day. And off of the merit of Isner's Lexington performance, the tournament offered him a wild card into the main draw. Isner kept the train rolling and flew into DC. His first match was against English tennis giant Tim Hedman. Isner took the Brit by surprise and won by a score of 4-6, 6-4, 7-6. He went on to defeat Benjamin Becker 7-6 in the third, Wayne Odesnik 7-6 in the third, and ATP number 12 Tommy Haas 7-6 in the third, followed by Gael Monfils 7-6 in the third, before finally losing to Andy Roddick in the championship match 7-6 in the second set. For those of you keeping track at home, Isner had won 5 third set tiebreaker matches in DC. Washington remains a special place for John Isner, as this is the place that showed the world he was a force in professional tennis. After Isner's DC performance, his ATP World Ranking skyrocketed 500 spots in 14 days. He now had enough ranking points to automatically qualify him for ATP Challenger events without needing wildcards. He did continue to receive these wildcards to ATP events that summer, including the US Open. In his first Grand Slam draw, Isner won 2 matches, including number 26, Niemann, before facing Federer. Isner stunned us all by taking the first set against Rogers 7-6, before losing the match in 4 sets. John Isner wasn't supposed to be the top American player on the ATP Tour. His hard work paid off as he kept improving and his ranking continued to rise. His career highlights now include the Miami Championship and Wimbledon semifinals, and an ATP ranking of number 8. ISNER is fun to root for, and we can't wait to see what's next for this giant of American tennis.